Hello, fabulous superstar Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Consultations are now available with me or Andy of Wise as Astrology over on my website, nadiyashah.com/consultations, links below. It is, as we start this month, in a powerful way that energies just might feel especially consequential, especially for you, right out of the gate. In the first days of the month, two interesting phenomena are set to take place. One is the fact that your ruling planet, Mars, will leave shadow, which means that the larger Mars retrograde season is over. Mars is walking brand new territory, and in many ways, it may feel as if you too have wrapped up certain loose ends and you understand that you've been on a journey, but now it's time for new journeys ahead. But just when you think you are ready to go in new directions, well, what happens at the beginning of the month, on the 3rd of the month, depending on where you are on the planet, well, that is when Pluto goes retro. And Pluto goes retrograde in a friendship part of your sky. This magnifies intensity as we are beginning this month. But ultimately, this invites you to go within, to understand yourself more deeply, especially in the context of the people who are there in friendship or your participation in certain group endeavors, where the truth of why it is that certain alignments have been there for you, have served their purpose, the nature of certain friendships. Do you feel like you're giving more than you're getting, or is that a complaint of another person? Or do you feel in certain group dynamics that there's just certain power struggles playing out that might even feel exhausting? Well, whatever the case is for you, you're about to, at the very least, get honest with yourself about which it is. Because if it is that there is a complicating factor with a group, well, maybe it's your own resistance. Maybe it's the things you're learning about yourself that feel challenging now, but you know it's good for you. But there are other types of challenges that maybe are not good for you, are ultimately draining you of energy. Your answers are going to be uniquely your own, but you're going to glimpse powerful insights into certain group and friendship dynamics in the first days of this week. But the whole point is to bring the lens back on you. The 12th of the month features this month's full moon, and that full moon stands across the sky from Uranus, which does suggest there are surprises abounding at this time, seemingly out of nowhere factors that require adjustment. And there's a sense of some truth, very likely arising from outside of us, that feels as if it stirs something, it shakes something within. We're not quite sure how to feel about it. Well, it is going to be this full moon that is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with profound change, truth, transformation, regeneration, and wealth is covered here, which means that for some Aries out there, you might have to pay attention to a financial matter with a bank, with benefits you qualify for, a loan that you have, maybe even a matter having to do with a credit card, for example. These are factors that seemingly out of nowhere you have to address, and yet you do. And remember, when we have such strong financial energy, it means that the money you need is there. You're engaging certain lessons as you align with that sense of wealth that ultimately this full moon energy is promising. But many Aries won't experience this energy financially at all. It'll have a lot more to do with your understanding of what your truth is, what it is to be true to you, and where it is that certain changes are long overdue. And in that context, this could be one of those moments that brings with it an epiphany, a realization that does change your course, rooted in an understanding of what it is you are now ready to change, and in some cases in an instant. The 17th of the month does have what some astrologers call the most surprising day of the year, or the most shocking day of the year. I mean, this is an energy of extremes when the sun meets Uranus in the sky. And this meeting is going to be taking place in the other financial part of your sky, having to do with money you earn, money you spend, self-love, self-esteem as well are covered here. Now, interestingly, I want to say again, when we have such strong financial energy, the money you need is there. You may have to scramble in some way. Maybe it feels as if something comes up and you've got to meet the moment, an expense. It could be that there's changes related to how you're earning your money. It could be that it's not so much an expense, but just something you really want and you feel like the opportunity arises very quickly. But it might also be an opportunity to earn money that feels like it comes up really quickly and you're really having to bring forward a more ingenious or initiative side of you in order to take advantage of what feels like an opportunity that could just come out of the blue. Regardless, outside of financial matters, this is a breakthrough in the context of healthy self-love and healthy self-esteem that can have you feeling as if your own pathway, your own journey, your own understanding is accelerating in powerful ways forward. On the 25th of the month, huge news for you, and that is Saturn going into your sign. It is a jam-packed month, isn't it? And Saturn moving into your sign is significant. Saturn's going to be here until just a few days before Halloween. And this is the first taste you're getting of this energy. Saturn will retrograde out in the fall and then return here just in time for Valentine's Day next year. And will spend an additional 2 years or so in your sign. And you get a journey of Saturn moving through your sign about once every 2.5 decades or so. Now, I do have a Saturn special horoscope planned. And of course, there'll be horoscopes here more specifically about Saturn in your sign. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it now. And I do want to say that the highest understanding of Saturn in your sign is that you are responsible for your happiness. That's really what it comes down to. And it is a happiness that is real that you're going for here, which means anywhere that you've accepted promises or the superficial or just a hope or a dream or a wish, it just isn't going to work for you anymore. You know, there's this word that says the proof is in the pudding. Well, you are one of the signs whom is going to be seriously examining your life to see what the proof is for how happy, how content you actually are, and what actually needs to change to align you with it. And in that way, this can have you taking greater responsibility for the things that you do have agency over, but also surrendering the things that you don't have agency over as part of strengthening yourself. And ultimately, in a highest sense, you are at the start of a journey that's going to be 2.5 years in the making that aligns you with greater self-respect than you've known before. The 26th of the month has this month's new moon. And in contrast with that full moon that happened 2 weeks earlier, this new moon actually has some beautiful energies with it. It is close in the sky to Jupiter. It is speaking in harmony with Pluto, in harmony with Neptune, and it is close in the sky to Mercury as well. So we've got lots of positive, transformative energies here, really hopeful and fortunate energies overall. Now, for you, this is a part of the sky that has to do with being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right person, and it can make all the difference now. And so being open as you go and you're out and about running your errands, well, that's where the potential for these synchronistic moments, well, they become that much more likely. Short road trips that make an impact, help you to get more clear, help you to feel more inspired. Siblings, cousins, and neighbors, it could be that they are having some good news, fresh starts for them, and you're genuinely happy for them as well. Now, outside of that, this can also be a brand new opportunity to learn, to understand, to explore ideas, and to fuel a healthy sense of curiosity. And I would even say any type of networking event right about now could go exceedingly well with making very fortunate connections. Where it comes to matters of love, Mars is moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with romance, flirtation, and what the heart is truly wanting. That might feel very lit up for you with a month like this. You certainly are likely to be getting your flirt on. But here's the thing. What we also have on the 16th of the month is Venus leaving shadow. Venus in your sign, the larger Venus retrograde season will be good and done and over. And it will be on the 22nd of the month that Venus and Mars will speak in supreme harmony. By far, the most romantic moment of the month is set to take place, but for you, it is possibly one of the more important romantic energies to play out of the year when we have this beautiful alignment between Venus and Mars, both in fire signs. With Venus in your sign, I gotta say, you are just a magnet to all good things in the context of love. For those of you open to meeting someone new, with Venus spending the month moving through your sign, that magnetic energy is especially strong. And yet it is going to be, once Venus officially ends shadow, that you're able to be a lot more clear about what it is that's drawing people towards you and also how you feel about them. I do think there's likely to be a sultry moment that does transpire about 3 weeks into this month that does make an impression. For those of you just starting to date someone, well, look, Venus is in your sign all month. You are a magnet in many ways, and that could be a magnet for this person so that you feel like they are that much more interested, that much more drawn towards you. But it could be other people as well that feel like they're entering the picture now. For all that, though, I think you're gaining some powerful insights into what you are wanting, but also raising your own sense of what you deserve, while it magnifies an awareness of the options available to you in the context of love. And about 3 weeks into this month, you are very aware of the abundance of options on offer now. And for those of you in an established bond, having Venus in your sign makes it feel that much easier, sweeter to be with your partner. You feel treated better by your partner as well. And these are beautiful energies to nurture now. But for all that, where relationships have been good, you'll likely have some very sultry, beautiful moments this month, especially about 3 weeks in, when we get that beautiful trine of Venus and Mars. For those of you who felt that you might not be in the right relationship for you, as Venus leaves shadow mid-month, I think you'll be able to evaluate a lot more clearly, and you'll have a lot clearer understanding of your own value and have a genuine sense of confidence. And from that place, you'll be able to decide what it is that perhaps you want to do next. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love, well, look, Mars leaving shadow, which is your ruling planet, Venus leaving shadow, which is in your sign. All of these factors together do suggest that love, ease, softness, joy, fun, all of these may feel like they start to move a whole lot more smoothly. You're able to attract some of the best stuff that happens now towards you, not just in love, but in just about any area. You're a lot more clear now about what it is you're really wanting in all kinds of ways, and you're feeling in alignment to getting it. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes for each and every sign. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, links below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.